I've made a lot of changes. You see? Very different. What is going on, my fellow towers? It has been a minute since we've looked at the main account. Yeah, it's been a while. Almost 2 months, actually. I'd planned on doing monthly updates on this account. Let's just say it got busy, but, if you've been hanging out in the live streams on Saturdays, you've kind of kept up with where things are, so, yeah. Give a little sub down below if you want to hang out next time we do a live stream. I usually run some milestone runs or tournament runs, and yeah, that's been good fun, so we'll see you over there for sure. But let's jump straight into it. There have been a lot of changes. A whole lot of changes. I was doing full EHP last time, I believe. Since then, we switched to hybrid and kind of bumped up, and I eventually was able to bump up to tier 14 hybrid farming to about 4,000 waves. And it just was not, I would try running glass cannon and it just didn't quite, I could go just as far, but I killed things just a little bit too fast. And, yeah, that kind of hurt. So, I went back to EHP hybrid farming for a while, and then, probably about 2.5 weeks ago, I guess, at this point, I switched to full glass cannon farming. I finally found, I finally got it to the point where it was more efficient. And then since then, I kind of bounced back and forth between black hole digester farming and GComp. And I ended up still running, I went back to GComp, even though a lot of people say going to black hole digester is a lot better, but I was getting like a 30% loss in cells for only about 15 to 20% more coins. So I went back to GComp for a while, and then finally it got to the point where it was more viable for me to do black hole digester farming. And we'll just start off in the stats page because that's probably the biggest change that has happened. So last time we were at 130 little Q lifetime. Yeah, that's gone up a bit. Pushing half a big Q now. 500 keys versus 357 last time. Yeah, like I said, lots of changes. Lots and lots of changes. We'll go into detail on all this stuff when we get to our milestones, but just as a little look, you'll see I'm getting way more. My biggest run has been on tier 14, running hey look, pie. Ooh. Now I want some pie. Apple pie would be really good. Looking forward to Thanksgiving in a couple of weeks because, chess pie. If you've never heard of chess pie, it's also called a vinegar pie, I believe is one of the other names for it. Check it out on YouTube, it's interesting. It's really good though. It's an old family recipe from the Carolinas, I believe is where it originated. It's really good. Check it out. But yeah, so, yeah. We've come a long way. Pushed all the way up to tier 20 wave 87. I have yet to break 100. I literally ran tier 20 like 20 times last week and just was not able to push past 86. I got 86 like 5 times, stayed right in the 80s, just, yeah, it's rough. It's rough up there. So a lot of stuff has happened there. Let's jump into the milestones specifically. Yeah, so last time we were just shy of getting the tier 15 milestone. Was at 3690, and as you can see, we got the 4550, and I am actually farming at close to 4,000 waves on tier 15 now. And then for tier 16, I just hit the milestone yesterday. So our last progress update, we were at 2192 for tier 16, and now we're at 4506. Yeah. Just hit that last night. I tried and tried a couple of weeks ago, and I just couldn't quite cut it. And I think I stopped at like 4420 or something like that. I just couldn't quite make it to 45. So last night, I finally got that 4500 and got the quantum milestone relic. And I mean, honestly, I don't even really need it anymore. Yeah, so we finally got that. And then for tier 17, we were at 1496 last time, and I'm at 2782 now. Definitely don't think I'm quite there to being able to get that 4500, but I haven't actually tried that since shortly after the last progress update. So like I said, it's been 2 months. So it's been probably a month, at least a month since I tried this one. So I need to try it again, but I just haven't yet. And then for tier 18, we were at 595 last time, and by golly, I'm almost to the freaking Rhino skin. Yeah. It's been about 2 weeks since I tried this one, I think, but I'm getting real close to it. And then that was as far as we could go at the last progress update. So since then, we've gotten tiers 19 and 20 and 21. And as you can see, can't quite get to 500 yet on 19, although I haven't tried that in a while, so I might be able to make it now. And then on 21, like I said, we're stuck in the 80s. Got the area of effect card, but I can't quite push to 90. The big place we've done our changes is in our workshop. So our total amount dumped into our workshop right now is 135. So I've had that up as high as like 170. But mostly just because of labs, I've had to keep it a little bit lower. But I'll pull some stuff out of my labs for tournaments so I can get it up a little bit higher, and that helps a bit. So that's come a long way. Yeah. Still maxing out everything here, and then because I have the damage slider, I don't have to worry about this at all. I am farming minimum range. I was doing a max range plus a little bit farm for a while because I just didn't quite have enough CC to really be able to control bosses, so bosses were still killing me. So I was having to push them out further so that my orbs could take care of them. But I've since come up with a new strategy based on some advice from some friends, and we're farming minimum range again now. And yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing for my attack tree. Keeping bounce shot down all the way, and I do have that locked because of free up mastery. And then over on the health side, you know, I probably could max out this. I've actually got a lot of coin right now, so I could do that, but I'm not. And then I'm running shockwave size at 1.5, again, based on a recommendation of a friend, and that seems to be working pretty well. And, wow, I didn't realize it was that expensive to max out landmine damage. Wow. I never max it out, so I didn't realize. So I'm just kind of, I'm pumping a little bit into wall health and regular health. I say a little bit, it's actually a lot. Just to kind of help with that earlier part of the run. By the time I'm dying in the run, you know, glass cannon, there's nothing that can be done about it. So I'm not really pushing it that hard. And I've tried pushing my health more, and I just don't have enough in my workshop to really make it worth it to try to tank overcharges at this exact moment. Maybe later we'll change that. But that's what we're doing in this tree for the moment. Got a ton into wall rebuild. I did finally max out that lab, so that's great. I'm putting nothing into attack level skips, and I do have that locked. And I'm kind of hovering between like 430 and 480, depending on, it changes every tournament. It's kind of hovering right around there. Depends on how much I've got left to put into it. And then for enhancement, so I'm kind of jumping around with attack. It depends on how much I've got in my labs, and I've kind of been bouncing around. I'm not putting quite enough into it beyond this to really make a massive difference. So I've been putting it into Coins Plus and ELS Plus instead, and that's made a bigger difference in my runs. So I do need a lot more damage though. A whole lot more. I'm maxing out at around 215 trillion in a run on average. Although I might be at the point where I can take the trade-off boss health for damage perk, so I need to experiment with that. And then for health, I'm basically just throwing in enough to health plus and wall health plus so that I can get to orb size, and I need to get that up. That would be really helpful to have. I like it a lot. Up to 1.3, I didn't really notice a difference. Once I hit 1.4, I can tell a difference. It seems to make a bigger difference. And then over in the utility enhancements, I'm not really putting that much into cash because I'm pretty AFK on my runs right now, so I don't even have the cash card equipped. So I'm basically just putting enough in it to start unlocking stuff. And then you can see we've got 4.7 and 4.6 into cells and coins, or coins and cells rather. 25 levels into free ups and 20 levels into ELS. That one gets expensive, real expensive. Yep. The main thing I want to start pushing more, though, is my coin bonus, because I've been focusing so much on other things with my stones. I really need to up my GT Plus. That's really hurting my income, but I've got enough to do what I'm doing right now, but I would like to get a lot more into my workshop. And I think that's what's really holding that back. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for the workshop. So, in Ultimate Weapons, I haven't really had a ton of changes in Ultimate Weapons. So last time we had CF Plus, we had GT Plus, but there's not been a ton of changes there. So I did get more into Chrono Field speed reduction. So it was at 60% last time. We're at up to 70% now. And then I just yesterday got another level into Chrono Loop. So I'm kind of bringing these up together with whichever one costs me the least between the two I've been going up on. And then with Golden Tower, I did pop another level into Golden Combo. We were at level 5 last time, so now we're at level 6. So I haven't really touched that in a while. My economy's getting me I mean, I would like to be making more, but I've been focusing more on other things in the meantime. So that's kind of where things are. Other than that, I haven't really touched my Ultimate Weapons at all. I really want to get Inner Landmines Plus for the charge mines, although I don't think I'm quite to where I can afford the Chrono Jump Lab, which is what makes Inner Landmines really good. And I don't have a lot of investment in it, so that's going to be down the road. I think the next UW I'm going to unlock, the +4, is going to be Light Range. But again, that's a couple thousand stones down the road at least, because I want to at least get Quantity 4, or maybe bump my angle up to like 65. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it all that much, but so that's kind of where we are with the Ultimate Weapons. Haven't really changed a whole lot there, other than just a little bit more into Chrono Field and one more level into Golden Tower. In cards, that's where stuff has changed a lot. So I have picked up more card slots. How many card slots did I have last time? So I picked up 2 more card slots from the vault. And then as far as masteries go, you'll see I got Super Tower, and oops, I didn't mean to do that. We'll get to Super Tower when we get to it then. So Damage Mastery last time was at, I believe, level 5. We finished that out, so that's done really well. And then I've also picked up Free Up Mastery, which I've got to level 3, and that's enough locks for me for right now. I'll probably throw another level or 2 in it just to have in case I need them at some point, but 4 is enough for me for now. I've also picked up Intro Sprint, which I just finished up the lab for that in the last few days, like maybe in the last week, I finished that up. And then our most recent mastery was Recovery Package Chance, which I know a lot of people have been telling me to get this one for a while, and I really wanted to, but I felt like there were just a few things that were just a little bit higher priority. Maybe that's wrong, maybe it's right. I know I've kind of hurt myself because of just how expensive modules are to upgrade. Recovery Package Chance is really important for that. You know, it is what it is, but we're at level 7 on that now, so it'll be done soon. And then I also picked up Super Tower, which I have finished off, which is great because I've also finished off the Super Tower Lab, which we talked about that last time. So having 100% uptime on my Super Tower with my Ultimate Weapons has been amazing. It's been great. And let's see, we had Demon Mode finished up last time, and then Wave Accelerator. You know, let me put Super Tower back on because I want that. Wave Accelerator was also, I had it last time. I believe we were at level 5. Because I was going back and forth between that and Demon Mode. I was keeping Wave Accelerator running all the time, and then as I could afford it, I was putting Demon Mode in. So, yeah. So that's been really handy to have. Otherwise, that's about it for cards, other than the fact that I unlocked Area of Effect. Yeah. Which I'm not even using, so it is what it is. Because the things that Area of Effect affects aren't really doing all that much for me right now. So, yeah, that's that. As far as masteries go, my next one is probably going to be either cash or enemy balance. I'll probably go with enemy balance first, and then cash. I don't know, cash is so cheap Still in debate on that. So let me know in the comments below what you think. It's going to be one of those two most likely. Probably enemy balance. And then after that, I'm leaning towards either ultimate crit or nuke. Nuke because it's less expensive than slow aura for, I think, the same level of slow. So 5% at base, and then slow aura is also 5%, just 250 stones less. For a while, it's been mostly rays that have been killing me, although I made some changes to how I'm playing, so rays aren't as bad now. So, I don't know. Ultimate crit, though, from what I understand, it kind of almost equates to doubling chain lightning damage, and since chain lightning is my main damage dealer right now, that could be huge. Yeah. So, that extra % chance of ultimate crit could be pretty big. So that's coming up too. So it might end up being enemy balance, cash, and then ultimate crit. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. A lot of debate there. So let me know in the comments what you think I should do. We've been talking about that a lot on our live streams, so yeah, let me know. Let me know. And then as far as cards go right now, this is what I'm running currently, if I can get back to the beginning. So slow aura, demon mode, wave accelerator, plasma cannon, and you guys don't need me to read all of this. You guys can read. And even if you can't read, you recognize the symbols. So we'll just do a slow roll through it to kind of show what I'm running right now. And I'm not touching this at all during my runs. So yeah, that's kind of just the way it's going. I just added death ray in after this was it this past tournament? How many keys do I have right now? No, it was the tournament before this. I added in death ray just for that extra % damage on enemies. It seems to have helped a little bit. I've tried area of effect. I tried some other things. I could put cash in, and obviously once I get cash mastery, cash will have to go in there. And as of right now, it'll replace death ray. Let's talk about modules. So, the big change since last time, AS mods. Yeah, I dumped a lot of stones into AS mods since last time. So if I recall correctly, I started off with the core AS mod, and then I got the generator AS mod, and then just this past week, I picked up the armor AS mod. And honestly, I think I probably would have been better off going with the level of GT+, because I don't think that's really made that massive of a difference in my runs. I don't know. It is what it is. I've got it. Oh, let's go ahead and level that up. I'll take the damage. Still have not been able to get that to Ancestral. I've dumped a lot of reroll shards into it. Still can't get it. All I've done is unlock them, and then I put some into the multiplier efficiency and substat efficiencies for these. I kind of wish I hadn't wasted the stones on it because it's not really affecting me that much yet. I really should have put those stones in other places, I think. But that's what it is for now. I put a couple levels in, and yeah. So that's where we're at for that. But yeah, so this is what I'm running right now for my farming. I have tried running Singularity Harness instead of Project Funding as the AS mod, but I don't go quite as far in my runs because of the damage being so much lower. So I think Project Funding is what I'm going to stay with for now. I need to try GComp just to see if that makes a difference. I just haven't. I've done a lot of back and forth changing these modules for farming. I've done GComp Project Funding. I've done Singularity Harness in this AS mod with either GComp or Black Hole Digester, and yeah. This is what I've settled on as being the best. And then same down here, Multiverse Nexus and Dimension Core, which I still don't have enough Dimension Core to get this up to Ancestral. But yeah, I did manage to pull this guy, Orbital Augment, and got a few good substats into it, but it's just where I'm at, I don't have enough CC to where it's really helping me all that much yet. I've seen great results from other players, but yeah, it just it's not quite there for me yet. I think once I get this guy up to at least legendary. Maybe it might be better. But for now, it's just not quite as effective as... Actually, I have not actually tried it in the ASMod slot yet. Now that I think about it, I need to do that. In fact, I'll run that after this. And if I get some results from it before I post this, between now and posting it, I'll add those in the video right after this. If not, then, well, yeah, that's that. But what I am doing right now is Space Displacer, which I need to... Oh, no, I do have the Ancestral. It's the other stuff that I've not been able to get the Ancestral landmine chance. I need to re-roll substats on this. I haven't done it in a while. I also haven't really cared about upgrading these because I don't really care that much about health right now. I just care about the substats. So I'm running Space Displacer with ACP in the ASMod slot. It's only 10x damage for 7 seconds, so, you know, 50% of the time everything's taking double damage, or 10 times damage. So, yeah, it does pretty good. I'm happy with it for now. I've tried running Space Displacer in the ASMod slot and then something else here, either ACP or Orbital Augment, and it's just not quite as effective. And I've also done some running with Primordial Collapse instead of Dimension Core. When I was still running Hybrid, Primordial Collapse with MVN was the way to go. That did really, really, really well because I was able to run at that bigger range and have full coverage with my black hole, and then the orbs could take out the bosses. But since I have changed to a full ILM stun build, so yeah, that's where we're at here. Oh, I can level that up. How about, no, I don't have enough. I'll have to do that later then. I've got enough I can do that. So we'll do that. There we go. Boom. I did something. And I haven't really put that much into this one just because it doesn't really help as much as putting more into here yet. It will eventually though. This is what I'm working on at this exact moment. I've got utility discount in here. Flamebot cooldown just because I can. I put a bunch of levels into it early on because Flamebot was what I unlocked first, not really knowing much about bots at that time. So I'd already put a bunch of levels into this, and then I dropped it like a hot potato eventually and just picked it back up a couple days ago, actually. And then RPC Mastery, yep, that one's getting there. And Battle Condition Reduction, this has been huge. Absolutely huge. So as long as I can afford it, this will be a permalab. I would love to get it all the way to level 10. I think it goes to level 10, but it's expensive, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to afford it. I don't know how expensive it gets. This level here was, I think, 25Q for me. And you'll notice that I don't have lab coin discount in here anymore, and that is because where is it at? It finished in our tournament stream this past Saturday. I'm gonna save myself some we're gonna rush this. I did click on the right, yeah. No. I thought I had one more level! Dang it, I thought I went to 100. That makes me mad. Just like it did with lab speed. Where did they go? Why can't you go to an even 3x and 30%? That sucks. And then I've got damage per meter in here. I've had this one in here a lot when I've had an extra slot for it, just because I do know I am getting spotlight range. Is that what it's called? Spotlight plus light range, yeah. I am planning to get that in the near future, so I've just been pumping damage per meter in the meantime. So that'll happen when it happens. Yeah, so last time, damage per meter was at like level 33. So it's come a long way since then. It's been in here pretty much, not all the time, but whenever, unless I've needed the slot for a mastery, which I think I did take it out for a mastery for a short period. It's been in there a lot, so it'll be done eventually. Yeah, so I did max out wall rebuild since last time. Like I said, I've done a lot. A lot of stuff has changed since last time. Yeah, nothing's been touched in the utility tab. That's all exactly the same as it was last time, I believe. And then ultimate weapon research. I don't think I've really done a whole lot here. I did put some time into Chrono Field reduction, but I don't even think I finished a single level. Yeah, it's at the same level it was last time. Put 1 level into shock chance. I probably should put a little bit more, but it's just not been that big of a concern for me. Finished that a long time ago just because. I did put a couple levels? My toddler is pushing a car across the floor above my head. Sorry if you can hear that. I did put a couple levels into Recharge Missile Barrage just because I needed to throw a throwaway cheap lab into a slot, so that's what it did for a bit. Haven't touched Chain Thunder, I take that back. I put Scatter Ramp in a couple times, but I just never finished the level. Just, that's where that is. Haven't touched Death Wave, and then of course, Chrono Jump can't touch yet. All right, and then in cards research, I did finally get around to maxing out Second Wind Blast, although I don't think it's really been that important. And then we put a couple levels into Double Death Ray. I think we were at level 22 last time, so yeah, put a few levels in there. And we had the Super Tower bonus maxed, all that was maxed. And I put a few levels into Free Up Mastery, like we talked about in cards. Finished up Intro Sprint, Super Tower, Wave Accelerator, Demon Mode. Almost done with Recovery Package Chance. Yeah! And then down here in the perks, yeah. I haven't touched anything here. I would like to get a couple more bands, but they just take so long. So for the bots, like I said, I'm working on Flamebot right now. I'll put some time into Thunderbot cooldown and then switch back to Flamebot. I'm pretty far from being able to really effectively use them, so that's kind of where I've been leaving them. But I did max out Ampbot's cooldown and duration. So actually cooldown was maxed last time. Duration was what I was working on. That was only at level 15. So we finished that out. I think it's only 20 levels. Yeah, 20 levels. So that was done. And yeah. That's kind of where that's at. As far as enemies go, I think the only thing that I have touched at all here is enemy range level. Yeah, so this was level 7 last time, so I'll put a few more levels into that. I need to put more. Range still kill me all the time, especially in tournaments. Pain in the butts. Alrighty, and then down here in modules, you know, all this stuff has been gold boxed for a while. And, I did have these in for a little bit. I put a lot of progress into this level 5 for core effect bands, but I've just had other stuff I want to get in there. So, it is what it is. I really need to finish that one out. That would be really helpful. So would cannon effect bands, but, you know, they just take a long time. Obviously, have not touched these because, I mean, that's almost half my lifetime coin there. So, not touching those anytime soon. And then in the battle conditions lab, just been pumping this. I don't even think I had those unlocked. Oh, no, I did. I had some of them unlocked from Milestones, but this one was not available. And now it is. Tournament time, and I just got a random friends request from someone on Discord. Let's see, I guarantee you it's from just a random spam account from either the main tower Discord or the random dice Discord, which I probably just need to leave because I don't even play that game anymore, and I haven't for like a year. So let's see, I get random ones from there all the time. Yep, just a random person from the tower Discord that probably doesn't even play the game, so more than likely, it's spam. So, yeah, tournaments. So it's been a while. It's been over 2 months worth of tournaments. Let's see how we've been doing. So last time was not our last tournament that we got results from on our last one was from the September 10th tournament, which I got 7th with 795 waves. At that point, I had not been able to break the 1K mark. That's changed. And we've been kind of all over the place in brackets, ranging from, we'll just go all the way down to that one. All right, so there it is. So this was our last tournament last time. And as you can see, it kind of bounced all over the place. You know, got some 12ths. So it is still kind of just not great on the runs, and finally broke the 1K mark October 8th. Got 1,142 waves. And yeah, that's been awesome. I don't think I've dropped below 1,000 waves since, and then mostly kind of stayed around 7th or 8th. Had that one random 3rd place, and I want to say the 1st place guy in that tournament was just at 2,000 waves. It was a nasty low bracket. And yeah, haven't broken 1,400 waves yet though. So, been doing pretty good. Been doing pretty good, hanging around mostly between 8th and 5th, with a couple low ones, but we've gotten pretty consistent there. We've been getting pretty good brackets, so yeah. Looking forward to the next one. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the tournaments. Doing the same basic thing as I am for farming, just pulling everything out of Coins Plus and dumping it straight into damage and ELS. So, that's the big difference. Probably should get the presets, but I haven't. I'm lazy like that. I've been wanting to put my keys in other places. Speaking of keys, let's talk about them. Harmony Tree. So I picked up some card slots like I showed. And then, yep, another card slot. Still haven't gotten those presets. I would really like to get those, but that's 30 keys that I've wanted to put elsewhere. Our most recent purchase, actually the most recent purchase was that card slot there. Before that, I got this guy. That was handy. That was really handy. And last time we were working towards getting bot presets. And I got it. I think I still needed to get this one last time, but the bot presets have been amazing. Yeah, so the only changes are the bot presets, last gem stack, and a couple card slots in the Harmony tree. Now, I have started dabbling in the power tree. So I got the ultimate weapon damage boost. The next purchase I'm going to make is probably going to go ahead and be this one. I don't think I quite need that next card slot yet. I will soon, but right now I think the bot range will be better. And then we're going to start working our way up this side to here. And then, what is that even for? Damage per meter. I'll want that eventually. So I'll probably go ahead and do both of these and go for the crit chance and damage boost. And then, of course, super crit chance would be nice too before we get to here. And yeah, that won't be anytime soon that we get tier 2 for power tree. So we'll just keep going up, and then I don't know what I'm going to do. I haven't even really looked through this. I know that's thorn damage, rend armor, recovery amount. Yeah, I'll probably just go straight up the mid, although I do want that orb speed boost. I don't know. These are so expensive. I've got a lot of time to think about it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to bother going up this side yet. It would be nice for economy to get that extra 5% in free ups, but I don't care about rend armor right now. I may go up this side just because the orb speed, I think, will be more valuable than the attack speed, because I can always put more into my attack speed on, what is that thing called? In Workshop Plus. So I don't think I'm going to go up the middle on this one. I think I'll probably go up the left side. And then obviously no time soon will we get tier 3. And as far as on this one goes, I have no idea. Like I said, I haven't even looked at these. I'll probably go up the left side again just because of the shockwave and death defy boost. This stuff would be nice, but yeah, I think I'll go up the left side, get that extra orb, and then, yeah, that's probably what I'll do. Oh, that reminds me. The other thing that I have done that I did not talk about, if I can find it, I got auto restart. I totally forgot about that. Just spaced right over it. Auto restart has been amazing. My farming is now 100% AFK. I don't have to touch it at all. It's great. So I just leave it running on my computer all the time and we're good to go. It's awesome. Baby account's not like that, but this one's great. And then we kind of skipped over events and the guild. Oh, we'll take that. So let's go look at events. We're doing pretty good on this one. I can finish that right now. Let's go do it. I need to go here. Screw. I don't know how many I needed, so we'll just throw 100 levels in. Boom. Oh, I need more. Okay, we'll go back here. I can't get them from there. I guess I could put them here. There. Yay. Okay, we did that. Kill enemies with workshop landmines is really kind of a pain in the butt. It's a very slow crawl. I probably just need to go start a low-level run and then just let the landmines do their work. It just takes a long time. If I don't get that one by the time we get close, that's what I'll do. But I'm not in a big rush. And then over here... Yes, we got the presets. This is what I'm running for my golden bot right now. Almost able to get that duration up another click. It's been pretty handy. You know, it's been great. It's been great. And then for my tournaments, this is what I'm running here. And we can go ahead and throw another click into the bonus there. That's really nice and handy. I hit the wrong button. Yeah, so that's great. I mostly just kept this more this way for the consistency, so I've almost always have my amp bot up. It's almost always up. And then I've kind of been experimenting with using Flamebot and Singularity Harness to give some double damage. And then amp bot with a little bit less consistency, which I can do that. Just to see if that would be more effective than using Pulsar Harvester, and I don't know. That's what I did my Milestone run with. It was more of a test, and if I couldn't do it with that, I was going to run it with Pulsar Harvester. Or did I run that with Pulsar Harvester? I don't even remember now. And it was just last night. Oh well. But yeah, I think this is just a little bit better if I'm using Singularity Harness. If I'm not using Singularity Harness, it's not really helping me that much because I don't need the damage reduction, and quite frankly, Flamebot just doesn't do enough damage. At least not without it. Maybe if I had a lot in burn stacks, maybe. I don't know. I've also tried with Thunderbot, so I've kind of played around with bots a bit. That's kind of what this third one is just for experiments. And then the good thing is you do get unlimited bot respecs with the presets, which is awesome. It's really, really awesome. And I do not want to do that right now because I don't feel like fixing them all again. And I think it only does the one preset. You know what, screw it, let's try it. Yes, respec. Yes, it only does the one preset. That's what I thought. So it's great. So we picked up everything so far. Yeah, that's where we are with the events. And then over in the guild, we're getting through it. We're getting through it. I haven't really cared that much about defense percent. Need to pick that up. Summon is amazing. We'll talk about that in just a second. And I could pick that up, but I think I'm going to wait just a little bit and get the Last Guardian skin first. Excuse me. Then we'll go with the rest. Let's look at... Can we grab? No, we can't grab from there. Oh, no wonder my coins have been down. I forgot to put summon back on and didn't realize it after my milestone runs yesterday. I usually just throw ally in just for the heck of it. Just on the off chance that it grabs something that prevents me from getting damaged. That's why my coins were not as high. That's why. I didn't even realize it. Jeez. That makes me mad. Oh well. But yeah, this is what I'm running for my summon. I did have it at a 1-to-2 sync between my cooldowns for my Multiverse Nexus, so the 65-second cooldown. I don't know. I figure I'll dump more into the cooldown. I don't think it gets low enough where you can get 2 at a time. So I just did it because I could. I probably should put more into duration instead, but you know, just every other one I get more. It is what it is, but summon is amazing. And yeah, it does summon 2 enemies of varying types. When it summons a lot of tanks, it's nice. It's great. It's really great. And I haven't put anything into cash bonus. I just really don't care. I might respec these and put everything into duration and then just sync my cooldown. I haven't decided yet. I don't know if it's better or not. I may give it a shot and see. I can afford it. Really, I guess the only other thing that I want to talk about, actually there's 2 things I want to talk about. First off, this is Stone's Refreshed. Cool. I would like to have that, but I am not going to buy that right now. Maybe later. Farming. So this is what I do. I run a minimum range setup. I leave everything on except for Poison Swamp Stun. And I might eventually need to take off Chrono Field because I'm mostly relying on landmine stun, so it's slowing stuff down might be a problem. I don't know yet. I need to try, and yeah. That's just kind of how I've been running it. Every now and then, if I'm paying attention when it restarts, I'll throw some into health level skip just to give it a little bit more, but that's pretty much what I'm doing. And then I've got my damage slider currently set at -13. So it just kind of keeps it in line with the enemy damage as it goes up. It is awesome. I love it. I don't have to worry about anything. It just stays where I want it to stay, and we're good to go. And there's Summon doing its work, which is awesome. Although I don't have stuff at the moment, so I probably do need to resync that. You know what? Let's just go ahead and do that. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. So I've got a 65-second sync on my MVN. So let's go ahead and go over to the Guardian. Let's respec. Oh, actually, I need to see what do. Oh, it's free. You have to touch and hold. 84, 21, 15. Okay, so basically to 75 on each. Is what we were doing there. Okay, let's respec these. New slot. We'll throw fetch on, summon on, and in fetch. Oh boy. That's where I had that. Oh crap. I went too far. Okay, that's fine. We'll just take it to there and yeah. Just keep clicking. All right, so 130 is our sync. There we go. And then we'll just put everything else into duration. See how high it can go. Probably 33 or 34 seconds, I would guess. Yeah, 33. Almost enough to go further, but okay, so that's fixed. Alrighty, let's go back into here. And yeah, that 30 seconds actually will be perfect because I don't quite have 100% uptime with my black hole, even after getting the perk for it. So that might do. It might have been fine, but we'll leave it like that. And hopefully we'll be back up to nice big numbers. Yeah. And this is basically just how I'm letting it run. Just letting Space Displacers, landmine, or ILMs just do their thing and stun everything. Yeah, see, again, it's finishing up kind of about the same time. So 33 seconds versus... How long is my black hole? I don't even remember. Okay, so yeah, I've got almost the exact same time as my black hole, which is great. And then once I get the perk, you know, get that other 12 seconds, and it's even better. Just right into there. Awesome. And I'm seeing averaging maybe around 10 to 11 once I get 10 to 11 trillion per minute once I get up to the spawn cap. So it's great. It's great. And one other thing that I do want to talk about is I've started using Project Rend. I've been talking about it for a while, and I finally got around to starting to use it, and you know, it's been great. It's been great. You'll notice that there's some drops since the last tournament, because why on earth did that just change to green? Just kind of wanted to talk about it a little bit. I've not been perfect on my recording, and I've done a lot of milestones the last couple of weeks, or a lot of milestone runs the last couple of weeks, and repeated tournament runs, so it's not quite as consistent. These two runs were just random runs that got cut very short, and so they did not do well. And yeah, you can kind of see where this is where I was kind of jumping around, trying some different strategies, switching between GComp and Black Hole Digester, and then I settled on GComp for a while, and I ran GComp for a good while because it was about the same as far as the coins were concerned, but the cells, I mean, you can see right here, the cells are really low per hour, while over here they're significantly higher. And then I just kind of ran with that for a good while, and then finally, I think here is where I switched to fully to black hole digester. And then it's just kind of been a back and forth ever since. Tier 15 is not quite as consistent as Tier 14 is. So I've had some issues there with it not being quite as consistent. One of these runs, I don't remember which one. I think one of them I had my bot wrong, and the other one I had just really bad perk luck. I don't remember which though. This is a short run for Tier 14, so I may have had really bad perk luck on that one. And I've found some issues with my build that have caused everything since the tournament to kind of degrade. Plus I ran some milestone runs. So I think I did the tournament run after this run. So I've since fixed my issues and I'm on my first run since then. So this will go back up. But yeah, that's kind of been where it's at. I've kind of been all over the place on my per day run or my per day earnings, just because, like I said, I've been doing a lot of milestone runs and a lot of testing, so it's been a little low. But on a good day, I'm getting about 1 million cells and about 11 Q a day. I'm really liking it. Like I said, I haven't been super good about adding my runs or remembering to add notes with what build I'm actually running. But since I've pretty much decided on and settled on Black Hole Digester, project funding, Space Displacer, ACP, MVN, and Dimension Core, that's kind of where I'm at with that. So pretty much everything after that is with that. And you see, it's been... Since I switched to Black Hole Digester, fasts have been getting me a lot. They've been a real problem. That loss of 100% uptime on my Black Hole has hurt. Well, that is it for today, guys. Thank you for hanging out. I'm hoping to get back to doing these once a month. In the meantime, if you're looking for some new strategies, if you're trying out Devo for the first time, check out my Tower University series over here, talking about different types of Devo. Our next episode that I'm working on right now is going to be on Herbalist Devo. So keep an eye out for that one. Make sure you subscribe so that you can see it. We'll see you next time. Peace out.